Hello, today I'm going to be talking about effective communication in relationships. My name is Pascal Lane and I'm a relationship therapist at You Fulfilled. So the first tip that I would like to talk about is about not avoiding difficult conversations. So if you're having an issue with your partner and you think that it's insignificant or trivial, don't avoid it, talk about it. What happens often is that people don't want to talk about little things because they think that it's silly or not important. But these things build up and can snowball out of control. So something that would be really silly can then turn into quite a big deal. So I think it's always just best, even if it feels silly or it doesn't feel important, talk about it. It also gives your partner a really good insight into how you're feeling and getting to know you a little bit more. And I think it also kind of breeds honesty and openness in a relationship. So that's my first tip, just talk. The other tip is to not blame your partner and not put your partner in a position where they are on the defence. So instead of always saying, you're wrong, or you did this, or using the you statements basically, it's much more effective to say an I statement. So I felt really upset when this happened, or I didn't like it when you said or did this. It takes it away from them and it puts the ownership on you a lot more. And I think that's a lot more conducive for a healthy conversation that isn't going to snowball into an argument. Thirdly, pick a right time and a right place. This is so difficult, I think, with partners who are working, especially if you've got a young family or children. Everybody's just rushing around, and you have to make sure that you pick the right time and the right place to have important conversations. Trying to have a meaningful conversation that's going to make a difference while one of you is in a hurry, trying to get out of the door or to cook dinner, or you've got children screaming at you or the phone's ringing, is just not helpful. So just make sure that you're mindful of that if you're wanting to have a good result from the conversation. And it comes back to, not avoiding the difficult conversations or the silly conversations. It's just about being mindful, really. And respectful also of your other person. If the other person in the relationship is busy, then you want to be able to them to have your full attention as well. Make time to listen. This is really important. Again, it comes out, all of this is about effective communication, right? So making the time to listen to your partner and making time to make yourself heard is very important. Don't be listening just to say, don't be listening just to be able to formulate an argument. So sometimes when people are talking to you and you don't like what you're hearing, all you're doing in your mind is coming up with a response. Whereas actually, if you're listening to what they're saying and you take time to actually tell them what they're saying, tell them what you have heard, I just think that's not, it's called active listening. It makes the other person know that you have heard what they are saying and you take on board what they're thinking and feeling. Really important. And the final thing is practice, right? Because none of these things are easy. Nobody likes to hear things that are bad about us. No, we don't like to hear things that are critical. And sometimes it can be really easy to criticise other people and not be very reflective on our own behaviour. Listening to your partner, taking time to speak with your partner and having good, open and honest communication takes practice. You're not going to get it right all of the time. Sometimes you are going to start conversations or arguments and it's not going to go the way you want it to go. But don't be disheartened, because a good relationship is built on honesty, openness, trust, and knowing that nobody's perfect and you're going to get it wrong and they're going to get it wrong, and that's okay. Okay, so those are my tips for the day. I hope that's been helpful. Check out my website, www.youfulfilled.co.uk.